So we were really hoping that we wouldn't have to share this news with you, but unfortunately we don't think he's going to be back.
It is a nice, brisk, chilly morning. It's about 30 degrees out and it's supposed to start dropping all day today. Get down to 11 degrees. And then tomorrow it's supposed to be nice and chilly in the morning and then warm up. So today we need to start getting all of the girts up on the gable end wall so we can start getting our siding done. I'm going to fuel up the lift first. We've used quite a bit of fuel in that, so I'll get that fueled up and then we can start figuring out our girts for this side since the lift's already here. Before we move, we'll figure out how far down we want to come with our siding. We're going to do the siding in two pieces. I think we'll come down to like the 8-foot mark. Later on, we can side the bottom and slide it up under the top siding. Realistically, you're supposed to do your lower siding first, but we're not 100% sure of how we want to have the layout yet and like where we want openings and stuff, so I didn't order the tin. And I want to make sure all the high stuff is sided before the lift goes back, so that's why we're doing the high stuff first. We're kind of working backwards, but one of the best inventions is these little fuel transfer pumps that essentially made these ridiculous safety fuel cans. Alright, that took about, I'd say, 3 gallons. Put the rest in the can here. That's pretty low. I don't like having partially full gas cans. I like to either have it full or empty.
Preferably full.
Alright, I'm gonna make sure I have the heat gun up there with me. So if I need to melt any buttons I can. I'll show you. There's a plug on the front right here. And if I need to use that, you unplug the power to the battery charger and plug it in right here. That's supposed to give me power to that outlet. And then you wouldn't have to throw me up electrical cord. You guys missed one of our last videos. I was up using the lift and then the buttons froze up on me while I was up in the air and that wasn't much fun. We got to figure it out, but from now on, I'm going to keep this in the basket with me.
It might seem kind of funny now that he was stuck up there, but in the time, and if it happened again, it wouldn't be. But he was up there, I was inside, I was making a bunch of noise, and I did hear, all of a sudden I heard something. I don't know how long he was doing yelling for. I come running out. He's up there and he's like, push the buttons. They weren't working. I'm pretty sure he thought I didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't sure I would know what I was doing, but they weren't working. Then I'm like, he's gonna try to climb out of that basket onto a ladder or something. I didn't want that. So inside I was freaking out. Then he wanted me to throw him something. I'm not a good throw. I'm like, this is not gonna work. So we figured it out. He's back down. Everything's good. And hopefully that never happens again. I'm not really sure I want to go back up in the basket. I don't know if I have to. I might. But that's no fun. To be stuck up somewhere. And it was cold. Really cold. So.
Boy, it is windy out right now. I don't know if you can see the tops of the trees, but that wind's blowing. I'm hoping it dies down by the time we get all of our girts up so that way we can start getting the metal siding up, because if this wind doesn't die down, we're not going to be able to start siding today, but we'll keep our fingers crossed. Ah, we got frozen buttons. Alright, let's see if this works now. $75. for that one. We need an enclosed cab with heat. All right, so 75 is way back here. $150. And then we'll bring a 16-footer up with us. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Going up. Oops. Why are you beeping at me? Okay, now it's good. Let's try it again. Does that look flush to that 2x4? How's that?
I mean, you could come more still if you wanted. That
How's
looks
that?
perfect. You can come out a good inch. Good.
Perfectly level. What?
No way.
Yeah, I know, right? All right, so what I'm thinking is we'll have the siding that we need to do down low, 8 feet tall. So if you hold the tape measure an inch, the inch mark on the bottom of the metal plate, because I want the siding to stick down an inch.
An inch below it?
An inch below the metal
Oh,
plate.
I see.
So that way the siding goes down
Yeah.
below. You know what I mean? So the siding will go to the concrete
Yeah.
and seal it. So then if we do 8 feet, do you think an inch is enough, or should we do 2 inches?
I think 2.
2? Okay, so if I go 8 feet, it'll go to there.
At least an inch and a half.
Okay. Oh, baby. $128 3/4. I need to get a measurement, so I need you either on a ladder or on the basket. So we are 187.5.
Do you remember? Because I'm not going back up.
What's that?
I said, do you remember? Because I don't want to back up.
187.5.
Hope it's the right size.
Perfect fit. I like it.
Oh, I feel like the sun is like maybe
trying to come out. It wants to come out.
Will it come
It
out?
wants to charge our solar.
I wasn't even thinking about the solar. I was thinking about my...
Your warmth.
Yeah.
I was thinking about all of it.
What's going on here?
Okay.
Hope this doesn't blow over.
You're gonna blow over. What?
I said I hope it doesn't.
Ready?
Just where do you want it? You don't know yet?
Right there.
Do you want me to go up a little higher? Like that?
Sure. Ooh, that sun feels good. Ready?
Yep.
You got it on?
Yep. You want me to do it too?
Yeah.
Oh, I got a pretty good line.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, we're good then. Awesome.
Must be because it's Milwaukee.
Gotta be because it's Milwaukee.
It's pretty deep. Yep.
Pretty nice, huh? There first before you stop. Okay.
I can't even see it because the sun is so bright, which is awesome.
All right.
But just don't have the wind blow. Hold on. And you can come to me like a little tiny bit. A little bit tiny more. Yep. Yep.
You on your line?
Hold on. Yep.
How's that?
Hold on.
Now let me go. I'd rather have it stick to you a little bit.
Perfect. Perfect.
Sounds like I'm working with Ken still.
I know. You'd be proud.
You're out here. I'll put this ladder over here. I'll go down that end. We'll get a measurement and we'll snap a chalk line on the front, and then we'll already have this one ready. Hopefully we got enough chalk line.
Oh.
Okay, put it on.
On the bottom?
That is the bottom of the 2x4, yeah?
Yep.
Ready?
Yep. Oh, that shot like a rocket.
Does yours mark?
Yep.
Okay.
Did you see that fly on my hand?
Yeah, I was waiting for you to snap it, and then next thing I know, it
Well,
was...
all of a sudden it was gone.
All right, here I go. One more.
Well, we know it will reach because it reached on the other side.
Right? This is only 32 feet. The front's 48. You good?
Good.
Okay, here we go. Okay. Awesome. I like it. I gotta take down your handrail.
What the heck?
Now you can't see what I hide up there for Christmas presents. All right, so in theory, I should need the same measurements on this side as I did that side. So I'm gonna need a 48 incher, which I think this one is. That's 49, so we'll save that. We should need that for one piece towards the end. And then I'm gonna need a 65, and this should be, all right, so that'll work. Then we'll cut it back to 65. Fun fact, the 2x4s and the 2x6s we've been using come from a local mill, 𝑀𝑎𝑖𝑙 lumber, and that means possibly some of these 2x4s and 2x6s could be from wood off of our land. And if it's not from our land, it's from local land, which is pretty wild. So it just feels kind of cool. All right, let's get up there. So we didn't beat the cold weather to get the barn done, but we didn't plan on doing the barn this year. We are doing it this year, but we didn't plan on it. The plan was to do it next year. We were supposed to be just doing the workshop right now, but there's a reason why we're doing it all this year. So the workshop's not completely done, and the barn's not ready for the animals yet. So we're gonna keep moving forward and ahead with the barn. We'll get that ready for the animals, and then we'll get back on the workshop. We gotta finish doing some inside work, and the big one is getting the heat hooked up. That'll be awesome. And then we wanna get everything all built so we can be using it, workbenches, tables, stuff like that, so we can get projects going in there. But for now, this needs to get done so we can get the animals in it, even though we weren't planning on having it for this year. So, yeah. I want to put some diagonal brace going this way, 16 feet, and then I'm going to put a straight brace going in over here on top of the trusses to tie everything in, and that'll help support and keep all this wall from doing that, because it'll tie it all together. So far I only have that one nailed in, and that's sturdied up that wall quite a bit. Once we get this other one done, it's gonna be even better. So let me get that one done, and then we can continue on with our girts. And I'm thinking I want to do a 6x6 post sticking out 4 feet this way. So if we ever want to hoist anything up over here, we can. And if I don't do it now, I'll never do it. So let's get the girts done, and then we'll think about how we're gonna set this up. Because it'd be nice if we ever want to use this area over here for scalding pigs and stuff like that. We'd have a hoist already all set up. We could just put a chain fall on it, and we'd be good to go. Be a nice flat area. So yeah, let's get that done after. I got two of our supports up for holding our 6x6. It's gonna be at least one more down there, and then I'm gonna do another one up here, and then some supports going down to the header. And then I'm gonna lock in the 6x6 so the back of it can't get lifted up. So the inside's not really for support, it's more for a cantilever effect. All the support will be right here on our header, and then it'll go out. So that's just to rest it, and then we'll pin it in so it can't pick up the back end, if that makes sense. I ended up putting up another 2x6 all the way across the top 2x8 header to shim it out, because we're going to be doing sliding barn doors on this side and that side. And we're going to need something to attach our sliding barn door hardware to. And if I don't have something behind there, it's going to be a pain. So I'm glad I thought of that before we started putting the siding up. So this side's done. I still have to go back and do the other side. So yeah, I'm glad I thought of that, because that really would have been a pain to not have something behind the tin. Would you look at that sunset? So beautiful. Something behind the tin to screw into with our hardware for the sliding barn doors. They're making it a lot stronger, because right there we have joints on the 6x6s, and that 2x6 goes all the way across, same on that side, and sandwiches that joint. So makes me feel better. Good morning. It is a nice frosty 13 degrees out right now. It is supposed to warm up and be in the 30s today. So while everything is warming up, I'm gonna unload what I got for lumber last night, which isn't much, and a few other things for the meat pole. And then we're gonna run to town. I gotta get some hay and some alfalfa and stuff like that, shavings. I'm gonna do that while it's still chilly, let that sun come up. And then hopefully we can get the meat pole installed today. And then the 2x6s over here that I forgot about. I picked up 2 more last night, so that way I can do it in 16 footers instead of having to do it in 8 footers. It just makes it a little bit quicker and easier. And then I got a whole bunch of fuel for the side-by-side and all of our gas equipment while I was out. I basically needed some pine shavings, some alfalfa, and I always pick up a little bit of hay while I'm out. We have, should be 6 months supply of hay, but while there's still hay around to be bought, I'll buy 6 bales-ish at a time while I'm going to the feed store anyways. So we get this unloaded. Sun is out. It feels good. Then we get back to working on the barn. I'm looking forward to when we got the barn up and going. I'm going to have to find a place to get wood shavings, or wood chips, I should say, for deep bedding. So hopefully this will be one of the last times we got to buy it bagged like this, and we can get it in a big bulk delivery somehow. So that's one of the things we got to figure out. All right, this might be interesting. I'm going to try to put a chamfered edge all the way around this, just so when it's up there, the water has something to run off of and it's not just a straight edge, if that makes sense. I like that. Just gives it a pretty little dimension. A little overboard, but I like it. Go like that, and then I gotta put this on. I'm either gonna double nut it, I think, or I'm gonna drill out the nut and put a cotter pin in it, so that way it won't loosen up on us up above. Or I guess I could get a lock washer. That would work too, so that way if it spins down here, we're not worrying about it loosening that. That's my concern, but we're not gonna be able to leave this all on because when we go to do the siding, this might get in our way, but I just wanted to make sure it works, and we had the hole pre-drilled nice and straight, which it is. I had the meat pole in leveled, so it's out this way a little bit. So if we get any rain, it'll run out and not towards the building. I have it setting on 2 2x4s, and then I have 2 2x4s on top of it, locking it in. So it's like a cantilever, so it can't get picked up. I got to build some more bracing right here, because this is where the weight's going to be from here down to the header. So I'm going to go cut a couple of 2x6s. For that, that's what'll take most of that weight down right here to the header. A little bit right here, but we'll make sure most of it's on the 2x6s in the back. We'll get those cut. I'm gonna make some more bracing for out here, because once the siding is on, I'm gonna put a 45-degree angle gusset on, so that way the weight from this isn't just sitting right here down, it's also getting pushed back. So we'll fill this all in, so no matter where it falls, it's got something sturdy that it's pushing on. Perfect. It looks like the backstop for a basketball hoop. All right, I want to finish this with 𝑠hishikiban, which is an old Japanese method of preserving wood. Basically, you burn it, and then it makes it weatherproof. So we're going to do that. And it really gets black and dirty and gross, so I didn't want to do it beforehand and get myself all black and dirty when I was bringing it up. So we're going to do it now. This is why I didn't do it before. I don't want to get covered in black soot installing it. I didn't do the 𝑠hishikiban really for the preservation part of it. It's not going to hurt, but this is already a pressure treated 6x6. I did it for the look. I didn't want the green. I wanted a dark aged look, and that looks nice. Really happy with that. It's going to look really good once it's all done. The gusset I'll have to burn before we install that, and I'm going to get dirty doing it, but I did not want to have to manhandle that in place with it being all charcoaled like that, because my gloves are pretty dirty. All right, now we are done. I originally wanted to start doing the siding today, but I knew if I didn't do that pole, it wouldn't get done. I knew it was gonna take some time too, but man, does it look so good. So now, if we're ever going to do any harvesting, especially with pigs, I wanted to have it out far enough. So basically right here, so I'm about 4 feet away from the edge of the barn. And I wanted to be that far away, so when we do our pigs again, if we want to do the scalding down here, we can. And we'll have a boiling tub of hot water to dunk them in to scrape the hair off. And it'll be far enough away from the barn. I don't have to worry about any heat being too close. So that's why I wanted to have it out as far as it is. Like I said, we're going to do a gusset so it'll have more support. But I'm really happy with how the 𝑠hishikiban looks. It really just makes it look old and, yeah, like it's been there for a while. Not like it's brand new. Perfect. So in the next video, we're going to be doing some siding, as long as the weather's good.
So we were really hoping that we wouldn't have to share this news with you, but unfortunately we don't think he's going to be back. So Figaro has been missing for about a month and a half now.
Yeah, I'd say about 6 weeks now.
We were hoping that he was going to come back, really hoping that we didn't have to share the news with you.
So Figaro was a great cat. He loved being outside. He liked being indoors, but indoors was not his thing. So if Figaro was inside, he wanted to always be outside. He liked to come in during the day and take a nap, but he loved being outside. He was always out and about during the day when we were out and about working, and he loved being the foreman and checking on us, but he wanted to be out at night also, and there was no way to keep that cat inside. We tried keeping him in at night, and
well, every single one of our screens are ruined in our house,
Yep.
but he's one of those cats that you just forgave him for that. So all our screens in our house are ruined.
So if we try to keep Figaro inside, especially in the summer nights, if we had the windows open and he was in the house, he would chew a hole through the screen to get outside. I would say he was probably a feral cat or a half feral cat. So he loved being outside, and he was wild. He was a great protector. He was fierce. He loved being held outside, and inside he was the complete opposite.
Total opposite.
Which is kind of funny.
So, and we know a lot of you love Figaro too, so we wanted to share this news with you. We didn't want to share this news with you, but we wanted you to know that you probably noticed that he hasn't been around checking out our work and everything. And, you know, one day I was just hoping that I would hear him do his little meow and he'd be walking across, but it's been a while, and we don't think, I mean, we keep hoping, but as time goes on, it gets less and less hope for that. Yeah. I did have a cat when I was younger. that it was missing for a really long time, and then the cat came back. So I think I was holding on to that hope. I still am. We still think we can, you know, you just think, oh, I keep having dreams and stuff of him that he's going to come back. So we hope he does. Like we said, he wasn't a great cuddler, but outside he was an awesome cat.
Yep.
Awesome cat, and he loved it, and I do think he truly loved it here.
Oh, if you go back and you watch the videos while we were doing the concrete for this barn build, he was out constantly, keeping an eye on us, checking on us, and coming over, helping us with the rebar. So that's the hard part, is building and not having him around.
Yeah, and then
sure.
just going and seeing, like, I don't know, just going back and seeing different things. We wanted a couple times to try to share this with you, but it's hard to share, you know.
It's hard to share.
We had hope.
We're hoping he was coming back, because he has taken off in the past for like I want to say he took off for maybe a week one time, and then came back, and so I was hoping this time he was going to come back too. When we first moved here, which we've been here for just over a year now, we kept him in the house, which was hard, but we were able to keep him in the house during the winter, which is easier to keep him in, because we didn't want him to run away. So he knows this is his home, and we've been here for a year, so he didn't take off running away, I don't think, because this wasn't his home. But so we don't know what has happened to him. We haven't seen him. We're way up in the woods. So an animal most likely got him, unfortunately, is all we can think. We've checked the different humane societies in the area, and nothing has come about.
We've checked around in different storage places, different things we have around, just to double check. You know, we looked around, we called for him. He's just, unfortunately, we don't know what happened.
Normally, he goes out at night, and then usually when I get up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, I'll get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I open the door, and he's usually waiting at the front door to come in at that time, because he knows it's when I'm up. But there was that one morning he never came back in, and I kept checking, and he still hasn't. So unfortunately, something happened to him. We don't know what. I haven't seen like any signs around that would make me think that an animal got him, but I don't know how far he would stray away and stuff like that when he was out on the prowl at night. So
all we do know is he did have a very happy life. He did what he wanted. Figaro always did what he wanted to do.
He lived on his terms.
And he was his most happy self when he was outside, following us around in the barn, doing all the things. And we were really excited for this barn for him to kind of protect. But yeah, he always came in, and
he always stayed too. Like,
yeah,
this property and the other property, he would be out and about, but he would always stay where you could see him. Like, you would just be looking around and you'd see a rock, and he would be on a rock, like watching and just protecting the perimeter of everything. So that's kind of the crazy thing. Like, he always stayed close. He had plenty of hiding spots to get into if he needed to. So we're not sure really what happened. And same thing with the other homestead. He'd always be out at night, or he'd be out, but he would be on the perimeter. We had like a lot of rock walls there too, and he'd always just be perched up high. So yeah, I'm not sure what happened, but.
And it's just really hard because, you know, they become a part of your lives, and you have a routine, and they have a routine, and you kind of do what their routine is. And so it's just really hard when something like this happens. But all we do know is he had a great life, and we just wanted to share it with you guys, because I know there's probably a lot of you wondering and saying, where's Figaro? Where's Supervisor Figaro? So like I said, we've been wanting to say something but not say something, because we were just hoping we wouldn't have to say something.
Miss him checking on us while we were working. He'd always be down here just keeping an eye on us.
Yeah. So anyway.
So yeah, this is where we're going to end the video. It's sad news about Figaro. It's been heartbreaking for us for a while now, but hoping we didn't have to share it, but we figured it was time to let you guys in on what's been going on and where Figaro is. So thanks for coming along on our journey, and we'll see you guys right back here in the next video. Bye.
Bye.